Alright, what is up, y'all? Welcome back, and God, do I hate people. Do any of you out there share a similar sentiment? So, Twitter, the funny bird app, never ceases to amaze me with just how many disgusting people there are among us in society. So I woke up today, didn't really know what I was going to talk about, but I stumbled upon a story here that I can only describe as despicable. I just knew I had to make a video about it today for y'all, so we will of course be taking a deep dive into some of the most honestly shameful behavior I've ever seen on the internet. Let's get into the story. Alright, let's see what we've got here. So, Iowa woman who made fake cancer claims on social media must pay restitution but stays out of prison. An Iowa woman who falsely claimed to have cancer and documented her, quote, battle on social media will stay out of prison after a judge gave her probation and a suspended sentence.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So yeah, apparently we can go and commit crimes and rob people of their money over some fabricated medical nightmare and escape all consequences. Am I understanding that correctly? Oh, I am. Okay, gotcha. Perfect. Just remember though, guys,
these females are not living on recruit difficulty.
Yeah, these are definitely strange times we live in, but the article goes on to say Madison Russo, 20, never had pancreatic cancer, leukemia, nor the football-sized tumor wrapped around her spine she claimed in postings on TikTok, GoFundMe, Facebook, and LinkedIn. But over 400 people sent her donations. As part of the 10-year suspended sentence handed down Friday, she was ordered to pay $39,000 in restitution and a whopping $1,370 fine. And I know y'all are gonna call me an incel for this, but it's gotta be said. Let's say you swap this lady out for yours truly, right? First and foremost, I sure as fuck wouldn't be getting any donations. In fact, I'd probably get called a pussy or be told to die for having bitch genes or something, I don't know. But let's say for the sake of the argument, I rake in all this money. There ain't no way in hell I'm not doing time for blatant theft. In fact, I'd go as far to say that I'd already be there by now, that quick. You know, dropping the soap faster than this video dropping.
Up that computer call, come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantical.
So all jokes about, you know, women living on recruit difficulty and being fucked into jail cell aside here for a second, think about it like this. This is a pretty open and closed case. You cannot tell me that her gender or the fact that she's hot didn't have at least some degree of influence in this decision. I mean, there's so many facts that can be used to go against her. Let's start with the first one. You know, she used multiple social media platforms to perpetuate this scam. You know, again, Facebook, TikTok, GoFundMe, LinkedIn, you know, all these different social media platforms to really get the word out there. This was clearly a scam and clearly well thought out, right? But she also was able to actually successfully cheat about 400 people out of their money and racked up about $39,000 in total, which is sad as it is, that's more than some people make in an entire year. And basically she gets just the old slap on the wrist, you know. I don't know, what are we doing exactly, Judge? You know, someone gotta go tell this guy, she ain't fucking you, bro. And I can hear all the Twitter fingers now, you know, the pathetic losers in their mom's basement typing away, you know, saying, oh, but she's innocent, bro, and oh, she's hot, and I'd fucking, and, you know, free my girl, and like all this bullshit, right? It's like, bro, she literally stole $39,000 from people. That's literal theft. It's an open and closed case. She ain't innocent. But you know people are gonna come to her defense just because she's hot. And I just don't understand this thought process. Like, y'all need to go like jerk off or something, you know, let the post-nut clarity hit in, and then come think about this logically for a second, because regardless of gender, regardless of whether she's hot or not, I'm gonna be honest, man, we should not be legitimizing and justifying blatant theft. I mean, this is quite literally a first-degree felony, and she's getting off with a fairly light sentence, if I do say so myself. The article talks about how she has to, you know, pay restitution. It's like, yeah, I would sure hope that these people get their money back. Like, that's absolutely absurd. The only real punishment she's facing is that she doesn't get to keep the money that she scammed people out of. But the story gets even crazier because the article goes on to say, you deceived your friends, your family, your community, other cancer victims, charities, and strangers who were motivated by your supposedly tragic story to donate to help support you, the judge said. In court on Friday, Judge John Tallene declined a defense request that would have wiped the conviction off her record if she completes probation successfully. I mean, I guess that's kind of a W, but he said people who deal with her in the future should know that she once engaged in a criminal scheme and that serious crimes must have serious consequences. So yeah, essentially the judge goes on to explain, how serious the nature of her crime is and how people should know about it, basically just trying to make her feel guilty, including how she scammed people, including friends and family, out of their money. Like, what a piece of shit, man. And just a side note here, if this is how you regard your friends and family, the ones closest to you, I'd really hate to see how she treats randoms. But the judge also touches on how serious crimes require serious consequences, and then hands her the most minimal punishment possible. Like, my brother in Christ, it was your decision. And it's honestly so disgusting, too, to think that not only were those closest to her duped, but also charities and even legitimate cancer patients. Like, my God, how does this woman even sleep at night? And for the grand finale here, she really spits in all of our faces, including the donators here, and says, a lot of people have made speculation as to why I did this, and how somebody who looked like they had everything together could have such a mess, she said. I didn't do this for money or greed. I didn't do this for attention. I did this as an attempt to get my family back together. So yeah, wow, what a wild statement to kind of conclude all of this. If you supposedly didn't do this for money or for greed, why was it you that made the GoFundMe page? Because, you were going about, making like Facebook posts and TikToks about it. If it wasn't for money or for greed and trying to dupe people out of their money, I don't think you would have taken it as far to go make a GoFundMe for yourself. That's my personal opinion. So you kind of outed yourself out there. Already am I not buying it? And two, you say you didn't do this for attention, but yet you were trying to get your family to pay attention to you and get them back together. So it sounds like this is just a classic case of, e-girl, internet girl, whatever you want to call her, that's getting massive attention, but, enough is not enough, and she wanted more attention. I still am not buying the fact that she didn't do this for money or for greed. She 100% did so, and she's only going back on it now because she got caught. She would have never made this announcement if she had never gotten caught. She would have ran off with all of this money, and she'd be, quite frankly, laughing at all of y'all that donated, which I already think she is, because again, she got the lightest sentence possible. All she's had to do is return the money and pay a small, like, $1,300 fine. Again, I have to say it again, man. In closing here, if this was me that had done this and got caught, I would be locked up. I would 100% be serving time for a felony theft charge. But because she's a woman, because she's hot, sounds like the judge, showed a little bit of mercy for her. But guys, that's basically it for the video. I appreciate y'all watching. If you enjoyed it, leave your thoughts down below, leave a like, rating, and subscribe to the channel as well. I make commentaries just like this just about every day, and I'd love to have you guys aboard. But again, thank you so much, guys, and this is Runter. We'll catch you on the next one. Later.